me recap yesterday. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what today is. It'll be 28th. I think it's the 28th. So I left on the 23rd. So 23rd, 24th, 23rd, 26th. Wow, day 5? Day 4 or 5, whatever. Let me recap. So first of all, I'm staying at this place called the Dude Ranchers in Billings, Montana. It's a small little place, but it's real cool. The restaurant, which it's like $8 for breakfast. It's like if you stay here, it's $8. Really good breakfast. The shower pressure in that room was the best I've ever had, so that felt great. Cute little room. So if you pass it through Billings, this is a pretty good place. Highly recommend it. It was like $120 for the night. Getting back to the trip. Going through South Dakota. I stopped in the morning at Mount Rushmore. I didn't plan on Mount Rushmore at all, but it was 20 miles out, so I did a little detour. Went to Mount Rushmore. I didn't go into the park. I saw with my own eyes what Mount Rushmore looked like. To me, that was good enough. Took a couple pictures, moving on. Getting through Montana, it's a nice ride. First of all, anytime you get on 80 or 90 west, it's 80-mile-per-hour speed. You just fly by. I kept my cruise at 90. Never had a problem. I use Waze, so it tells me there's any cops ahead. But anyway, I'm going and I see a severe thunderstorm watch, so I'm trying to map around it. So I get to Gillette and I keep going east. I'm sorry, west. And I'm watching it and it's pretty much even. So I'm thinking I can get around it. I see clear skies. And then there's a storm behind it. So I'm thinking, let me cut through this. And did I learn my lesson from the day before or 2 days before when I got the hailstorm tornado thing? No, I didn't. So I tried to get through it and it was clear. Like I said, all of a sudden this wind comes from left to right. And it's, I mean, I don't know if that was a good wind imitation, but it almost knocked my bike over. I mean, I know you people that live out here think it's nothing, but this bike is not that heavy. It's 500 pounds maybe, or 6, 7 with its gear on. It felt like it was about to knock me over. It was dangerous. And I just went through that tornado and it was worse. So I pull over to the road and on the side of the road wasn't much room. And I thought I could wait out the wind, and then the other storm was coming. I started getting hit with rain. So now I got my kickstand down, which is dangerous enough to try to, with all this gear, try to get the kickstand down. So I get my kickstand down, and I'm leaning, and here comes the wind even harder, the rain. And the video doesn't do it justice, but I had to lean over the side of the bike like I was on a race course, like Gran Turismo or whatever the hell you call it. And I'm leaning all the way over. I mean, my whole body into it. My foot holding down. I was getting tired. My leg trying to keep it. And every gust felt like the bike was going over. And if this bike fell over there, it would have went down like an embankment. It was terrible. I was kind of hoping somebody would stop and block the wind for me, but I couldn't. It was right on the road. So I kept going. I'm sorry, I kept holding on, and this other storm's coming up. I'm like, I can't sit through another, big storm like this. So I took a chance, and that wind was blowing, and I was able to cut through it and get out of it. That was a hell of a ride. So that was my adventure. And getting into, I felt like stopping at the Battle of Little Bighorn over there, but I had to get to my hotel. I was getting late, and it was some nice riding through the not the Black Hills, that was earlier. It was some nice riding getting through all that. Some hairpin turns. It was pretty cool. And the video doesn't do it justice. It's really nice scenery. So today I'm heading into Canada. Coots. I'm going through Coots. That's how you pronounce it. I have my paperwork for my gun. Everybody seems to think I can't go through with my gun. We're about to find out. So I have everything ready. My paperwork's ready, the passport, all that stuff. It should take me about, I don't know, 4 hours or so to get to Coots. Now the problem is the weather. It's windy right now. It's like 60 degrees. So I got my heavy gear on. It's waterproof. And it's, hopefully I'm not hot in it. So I switched out to this. When I get to Coots, it's supposed to be like 40s. and rainy and windy. So on my way. I'll check in later. So I'm kind of stuck in Harlow Town, I think it's called, Montana. It's actually cold out. It's like 60 degrees. But the wind is 25, gusting up to like 37, 38 miles per hour. I tried to get out of here. I went about 20 miles down. The wind was so fierce, I was at a full lean. And it still pushed me off the road. And then I was going into a dark storm cloud on top of it. I turned around, came back, went to this little cafe here. Lunch. Tried to wait it out. I gotta get out of here. There's nowhere to go. I'm not staying at that hotel across the street. I won't make it out alive. So I'm gonna try to head the long way around. So instead of 4 hours, it'll take me almost 7 hours to go up west of there. I'll show you on the map, but I'm gonna try to get through this because the wind dies down once I get about I don't know, 75 miles or so that way, further west. I'll give it a try. Wish me luck. Now let me recap what happened prior to getting to Harlow Town. So I leave Billings that morning, and it was beautiful out, so I thought I was going to actually have a good day. And my goal is to get to within reach of Coots, so I could get into Coots early the next day and bring my firearm across, which was approved for that next day. However, as I leave Billings and I start getting on Route 3, it starts getting real windy. I mean, the app showed gusts of around 37 miles per hour. And on a 500-pound bike, that's kind of pushing you around a little bit. Every time a truck flew by, it really gave you a push. So you got to lean into it. So I'm heading up 3, and there's no place to pull over, really. There's these small towns along the way. Comanche, Acton, Broadview, Lavina, I believe. And I'm just heading up 3, and I'm stopping in most of these, trying to find some sort of shelter for a few minutes, but there was none. I mean, basically, you're in a wide open spaces there. I get to Lavina, I think I got gas. I don't remember. No, I didn't get gas. I start heading west. So now I'm heading west, and this is when I got to Harlow Town. And it's a small little town. I did gas up there. I start to try to get north. So I get on 191, and I get about, 15, 20 miles up, and it starts getting darker and darker and darker, and the wind is even probably low 40s at this point. It was kind of scary, and this is wide open spaces, like windmills around, the wind turbines, whatever. Nowhere to get shelter if it got worse, and it was getting black out. So I was like, you know what, I've already been through a hell of a tornado, let me turn around. So I wasted 20 miles, turned around, came back another 20 to Harlow Town. I got something to eat. I stayed in there about 3 hours, hoping the wind would die down. Ended up buying a new app, and the app didn't say it was dying down anytime soon. However, going west, the wind was less. Still high, high 20s, but it wasn't in the 30s. So I decided, let me go west. Going to add a couple more hours to my trip. So I start heading west, and I wanted to get to like White Sulphur Springs, and head north from there. So my goal now is to get to Great Falls. So that still puts me, if I get to Great Falls, within reach of Coots, But the problem is, I I was now a day late. So to get into Canada from Great Falls, I don't think I would have made it in time. So that's what the rest of the video is going to show you. And to get to this area, I had to go through these mountains. And to get through these mountains, it was wet, cold, nice scenery, but I was like, it was good. But my hands started getting cold. Whatever. I ended up doing it. I got there and I got to Great Falls, which you'll see. And as the adventure continues, you'll understand what happened after that.